Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good golly, Miss Molly. Welcome to That 70s Rock Fan. On Monday, we had a really good live show on It's Only Talk and Roll. For those new to the channel, it's my regular Monday afternoon live show, sometimes alternating between rock music, sometimes we're doing cult comedy, sometimes canon films, sometimes science fiction stuff. But we had an edition of It's Only Talk and Roll where we talked about the new wave of British heavy metal. One of my most favourite periods in rock history. Naturally, I was a teenager at the time, so of course it was. One of the bands we talked about in this little episode of Vinyl from the Vault that I'd like to do today is a kind of a follow-up to that. We talked about the band Girlschool. And Girlschool were, and indeed are to this day, I think, the longest running all-female rock band in history. They'd been around earlier than 78, but in 1978 they took the name Girlschool, apparently from one of my favourite songs, Paul McCartney B-side called Girlschool, B-side of Mull of Kintyre. Urban legend, is it true or not? I don't know. But if they do, it's a great song to pick your name from. Anyway, one of the Girlschool, one of the leading lights of the new wave of British heavy metal. Possibly, I mean, it's not that there hadn't been all girl bands before. Certainly, the Runaways and others, who Girlschool took a little bit of influence from, but they were really seen as the first all girl metal band with a lot of great punk and rock and roll influences, glam, but very hard rock and metal girls with the leather. Eventually became very good, close with Motorhead, shared the same producer, Vic Mail, and ended up working with Motorhead and the head girl, St. Valentine's Day Massacre Project, and so on. But whilst signed to Bronze Records in the UK, they released their first album, Demolition. Great album. Second album, I think, was 1981, was Hit and Run, which contained Come On, Let's Go as a hit single, and a couple of other singles. But also, the edition I have that I'd like to talk about today is not that. Now, this looks like Girlschool Hit and Run. Great cover. I love this cover art. And indeed, it has the cover art for Hit and Run. This is the Canadian version, as opposed to the UK version I had back in the day on cassette, which was on Bronze Records. This one's on Solid Gold Records, which is a subsidiary of A&M, I think. So if we actually take a little look at you can see Solid Gold Records, the Girlschool logo. Quite nice though, not bad. The thing is about this album, and I have no problem with this version of it, is it's not really Hit and Run. It's not the album that was released in the UK. It has at least 3 tracks from Demolition. It has, critically, it has the UK hit single, Race with the Devil on it. Drops the cover version of Tush, which is on the British Hit and Run, and has at least 2 or 3 other Demolition tracks. So it's a kind of a hybrid of Demolition and Hit and Run, because Demolition, I don't think at the time received a North American release. Hit and Run did, but albeit it had tracks from Demolition on it, but it did have the great cover art. And this is in fact is the Canadian version, which has the same tracks as the US version, but in a different order, which is also very weird why they would change them like that. Regardless, all the tracks on this are great. And it's kind of interesting to have a little bit of Demolition and Hit and Run mixed together, particularly as it's got Race with the Devil on it. So I guess they wanted the strongest possible track listing for the North American release, which meant including that fantastic cover of Race with the Devil which was a big hit in the UK. Apparently, the car on the cover of this is a 1972 Buick Riviera. I did not know that till this day. I just thought it was a great cover. And it's an extremely good album, both the original UK run listing, but also this hybrid version that was released in Canada. So I would recommend that you check it out. Now, in the day and age that we live in, you can get the deluxe on digital or CD versions of Demolition and Hit and Run with lots of great extra tracks. I think the Hit and Run one, digital, the deluxe version of Hit and Run in 2004 added the St. Valentine's Day Massacre tracks they did with Motorhead. So you'll get Please Don't Touch, and you'll get Girlschool performing Bomber, which is great. So they were a great little band, still going to this day with at least 2 original members. A lot of fun. And they back in the day, they did do quite well in the UK and Europe, got a lot of TV, some hit singles. The albums are well received. So check out Girlschool if you've never seen them before, and check out Hit and Run and also Demolition. But I just thought I'd share with you this vinyl from the vault, my Canadian copy of Hit and Run. Anyway, thank you for watching. Appreciate it very much. Do all those YouTube-y things like leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and all that stuff they tell us to ask you to do. I appreciate your support very much of this channel and all the fun that we've had together doing the live streams and videos. So thank you again to everybody for that. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day and the weekend. Until next time, stay well, but most importantly, keep on rocking.